What makes a woman truly irresistible? Is it charm? Beauty? Charisma? Not quite. Today we're uncovering something deeper, a kind of magnetism that isn't loud but unforgettable. We're talking about the quiet, profound power of a mature woman. A woman who has done the inner work. A woman who, as Carl Jung would say, has individuated, become whole. This isn't your typical self-improvement content. This video is about the psychology, philosophy, and soul-level habits that shape a woman into someone who doesn't just attract attention, but commands respect, inspires trust, and stirs something sacred in those around her. These are the habits of emotional mastery, self-awareness, and personal evolution. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand what makes a mature woman irresistible. You might find yourself wanting to become one. 1. Emotional sovereignty. She owns her inner world. One of the most powerful traits of a mature woman is emotional sovereignty. The ability to regulate, understand, and own her emotional experience. In a world where many people react impulsively, blame others, or seek validation for every feeling they experience, the emotionally sovereign woman is an anchor. She doesn't deny her emotions, but she refuses to let them run her life. She doesn't outsource her peace to other people's opinions or moods. Carl Jung believed that to become whole we must integrate our unconscious self into consciousness. This means facing emotional triggers, understanding their roots, and transforming reactivity into reflection. A mature woman understands that her emotional state is hers to manage. She observes her reactions, listens to them, and transforms them into wisdom. She doesn't explode in anger or retreat into silent resentment. She communicates with clarity and with kindness. This quality makes her incredibly attractive, not in a romantic sense alone, but in the way that people are naturally drawn to her presence. When you speak to her, you feel heard. When you're around her, you feel safe. She doesn't drain energy, she brings it. And in a society addicted to drama and chaos, that kind of self-mastery is magnetic. 2. Shadow integration. She knows her darkness and owns it. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." A mature woman doesn't just show the world her light. She has met her darkness. She has acknowledged the parts of herself that are jealous, angry, insecure, or selfish. And rather than pretending they don't exist, she has integrated them. This is the essence of shadow work. When a woman has faced her shadow, she becomes grounded. She no longer seeks perfection, because she knows that wholeness is far more powerful. She understands her patterns, her childhood wounds, and the ego tricks that once kept her in loops of self-sabotage. She's not interested in projecting blame. She's interested in liberation. This is a woman who doesn't flinch when life gets hard. She has walked through her own emotional fires and emerged wiser. She's not here to please everyone or fit in. She's here to be real. That authenticity resonates on a soul level. It's the reason why people feel instantly comfortable opening up to her. It's not just charm. It's the silent confidence of someone who has made peace with all sides of herself. 3. Emotional intelligence over drama. In our age of hyperreactivity, where many people wear their emotions like armor or weapons, the mature woman brings something rare: emotional intelligence. She doesn't suppress her feelings, but she also doesn't let them hijack her behavior. She knows how to feel deeply without falling apart, and that balance gives her a quiet authority. Instead of lashing out or withdrawing when she's hurt, she leans into curiosity. She asks herself, "What is this feeling trying to show me?" She's aware of her triggers, but more importantly, she knows how to de-escalate conflict. She communicates clearly and listens fully. Her responses are thoughtful, not reactive. This makes her a pillar in relationships, friendships, and community. Jung believed that consciousness evolves through relationship, and the mature woman reflects this truth. She doesn't create chaos to feel important. She brings clarity, emotional boundaries, and presence. And that ability to soothe rather than stir drama makes her not only irresistible, but unforgettable. 4. Presence and attunement. She's fully here. One of the most magnetic traits of a mature woman is her presence. She's not scrolling through her phone while talking to you. She's not distracted by what's next or who's watching. She's here, present, focused. And that makes her presence feel sacred. This kind of attentiveness is a skill, one she has cultivated through mindfulness, stillness, and deep inner work. She doesn't rush through life trying to impress. She takes her time. She listens with her whole body. And because she's not trying to perform, you feel like you can be your authentic self around her. Jung talked about the importance of wholeness, and presence is a sign of a whole person, someone who is no longer fractured by unhealed wounds or constant seeking. She doesn't need to dominate a conversation to be memorable. Her energy speaks louder than words, and in a noisy world, her stillness is deeply attractive. 5. The wisdom of silence. She knows when not to speak. A woman who has matured psychologically doesn't speak to fill silence. She speaks with purpose, and perhaps more importantly, she knows when to say nothing at all. In that silence is wisdom. Jung recognized that true transformation often happens in solitude, in introspection, in stillness. The mature woman has nothing to prove. She's not reactive. She doesn't waste her energy on gossip, defensiveness, or trying to win arguments. Her silence is not absence, it's presence. A silence that says, "I've heard you, and I am choosing not to react. I am choosing peace." This doesn't mean she's passive, quite the opposite. It means she's powerful enough to choose where she invests her energy. And that kind of restraint, not from fear but from strength, is rare. It gives her a mysterious, magnetic aura. People listen when she speaks because she doesn't speak carelessly. 6. She lives by inner values, not external pressures. In a culture that's obsessed with trends, validation, and popularity, the mature woman walks her own path. She's not trying to keep up with the Kardashians or the latest social media aesthetic. She's rooted in her own values, her own truth. This doesn't mean she's rigid. It means she's sovereign. She knows what matters to her. She's not easily swayed by public opinion or peer pressure. And that kind of integrity creates a gravitational pull. You know she's not pretending. What you see is real. Jung would describe this as the emergence of the self, the deeper identity that exists beneath the ego. When a woman lives from that place, she becomes deeply attractive, not because of how she looks, but because of how she lives. Her life becomes a mirror for others to wake up to their own authenticity. 7. Compassion without losing herself. Compassion is not weakness. A mature woman is kind, but not at her own expense. She gives love, support, and empathy, but never in a way that drains her soul. She doesn't confuse compassion with codependence. She knows when to say no, when to walk away, when to let others face the consequences of their own choices. She understands that true love empowers, not enables. Her kindness is discerning, not desperate, and that makes her presence both soft and strong. In Jungian terms, she has united her inner masculine and feminine. She's nurturing and protective, receptive and wise. This inner harmony radiates outward. People feel her warmth, but they also respect her boundaries. And that balance makes her irresistible in every sense of the word. So what makes a mature woman irresistible? It's not in her makeup bag or her wardrobe. It's not in her smile, though it may be radiant. It's in her essence, her presence, her alignment with her true self. She's done the inner work. She has met her soul, befriended her shadow, and learned to love without losing herself. Carl Jung believed that the greatest privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. The mature woman has accepted that invitation, and that makes her unforgettable. If this video stirred something in you, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share it with someone on their own path of becoming. And drop a comment below. What habit do you feel most called to cultivate in your life right now? Until next time, stay grounded, stay whole, and keep evolving.